Hi Virgo, welcome to your love reading for the month of February 2017. We are working with two decks again, but I'm also going to be pulling some cards from the Romance Angels and also some cards from the Messages from your angels, and how many I pull is going to depend on the time, because I think this camera turns off after 30 or 31 minutes. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into it. This is going to be for confirmation. I'll get to that in a minute, but first let's get 9 cards for you. This is the reading for the sign of Virgo for February 2017. First card that you have, Virgo, is the Six of Wands. Love reading for the sign of Virgo, February 2017. Seven of Swords. Love reading for Virgo, February 2017. Five of Cups. Love reading for the sign of Virgo, February 2017. Knight of Swords. Virgo, February 2017. You have the Hierophant. Virgo, February 2017. The Fool. Love reading for Virgo, February 2017. The Chariot. Love reading for Virgo, February 2017. The High Priestess. Last card, love reading for the sign of Virgo, February 2017. And you have the Page of Cups. So the card at the bottom of the deck is going to represent the main energy around your love life for the month of February. And you have the Page of Wands. So to me, the Page of Wands is a really positive card. This can indicate a lot of communication, good news, but it also represents a lot of change and excitement. Okay, so let's go ahead. One thing I wanted to mention, because when I started to pull the cards, I noticed a huge synchronicity with the sign of Cancer, because I did both. These are the first two signs that I work on because they had the most views for January, and I noticed that the sign of Cancer also had the Seven of Swords right here, and they also had the Hierophant. I think it was from this deck. Yeah, it was from this deck, but I feel like for some of you, especially if you have a moon or a rising sign in Cancer, you may want to take a look at that, because I feel like that might give you more information. Okay, so let's go ahead and start. Let's take it one card at a time, the way we always do. So you have the Six of Wands. Okay, so the first thing that's coming through is that I see some challenging energies, honestly, in this reading. You have the Seven of Swords and the Five of Cups. I mean, most of this is all positive. So I feel like this may be something that you have been going through, maybe throughout January, maybe last year. This is the energy of victory. This is the energy of success. You're overcoming your obstacles. And for some of you, what you have been going through has been really difficult. You have the Seven of Swords. So this is the energy of deceit. This is the energy of being lied to. So for some of you, you may have recently left a relationship, or somebody has broken up with you. I mean, I definitely see that, this sadness here in the Five of Cups. This is a card of loss. So for some of you, I feel like there has been some type of, breakup with your partner. And for some of you, that person may still be in your life. And I feel like if you're still trying to work out a problem with your partner, the Six of Wands is telling you that you will be able to overcome this. Remember that the main energy is really good for you. You have the Page of Wands, which is good news and positive change. But something here, this is telling me that something is not quite right with you in the month of February. I see sadness. This is a card of relationships, going through a challenge, possibly because somebody is lying, but this is also a card of self-deceit. So it could be you that you don't want to see something in the relationship, but it could also be your partner, where maybe you're trying to get them to see, like, you know, that something has to change in this relationship. Now, for those who are single, this can be the same thing. Maybe there is sadness because you are ready to be in a relationship and you feel lonely and you're feeling kind of a little bit sad that it is just you. If that's the case, the Seven of Swords is telling you to acknowledge this. It's time to see the truth. Take off the blinders. You will be successful in meeting a new partner in the month of February, especially, you know, with cards like the Page of Wands. And you also have the Page of Cups and the Hierophant, which is a card of kindred spirit. So I feel like those who are single, and maybe you were devastated in the past, and maybe you have been keeping to yourself. It's time to move forward. You have the first card is a message of victory. Now, the next card that you have, Virgo, is the Knight of Swords. So this tells me that there's going to be a lot of things happening in your love life in the month of February, especially with something like this as the main energy, the Page of Wands. Like I said, this is a lot of movement. This is a lot of excitement and change. So I feel that there will be positive changes in your relationship, even if you have been through something difficult. Maybe in the past with a partner who is no longer in your life. I see you overcoming this. This is, a lot of changes and a lot of decisions. This is, sometimes impulsive decisions, but I feel like this is positive, especially if somebody has been, mourning a relationship or really having trouble in an existing relationship. This just means that you're moving away from that. But this can also be someone who is an air sign who's very important to you. Now, you also have, right at the heart of the reading, the Hierophant. So to me, when I see the Hierophant in a love reading, this is a card of kindred spirits, yes, but also spirituality. You have the High Priestess with it too. These are the two most spiritual cards in the Tarot, the High Priestess. I'm going to get to her in a minute, but I had to mention that she's lined up here with the Hierophant. So I feel like for the sign of Virgo, you have a lot of help as far as your intuition being heightened. You're being guided in the right direction. The Hierophant is that kind of kindred spirit energy, or if you want to call it soulmate energy. I feel like you're being guided in the right direction. For those who are single, for those who are in an existing relationship, you're being shown the way to heal the relationship if that is what you want and that is what is for your highest good. I do see a new beginning here. The Fool. This is the ultimate card of new beginnings that require you to take a risk. So I feel like you can't play it safe. You can't play it safe. I mean, for some of you, you may be dealing with something where you have been unhappy. Maybe you've been lied to. You have the supportive spirit here as far as your intuition. You know what is best for you in the month of February. So don't second guess what your intuition is telling you as far as, yes, I should make a romantic move towards this person, or maybe I should take this person back, or maybe I shouldn't, whatever it is. I see you gambling on something here. Maybe a new relationship, maybe giving someone a second chance. I just feel like there's movement, but this is something that is very much guided by spirit. I feel like they're trying to get you out of this funk here where there has been self-deceit, from the Seven of Swords. That can be being your own worst enemy. You don't want to see something that you need to see, maybe about your love life or your partner. It can also be that somebody has been lying, that this has caused a lot of unhappiness with the Five of Cups. A lot of tears have been shed over this. But again, two very spiritual cards are helping you to overcome this. And I see that, in victory, in the Knight of Swords and the Fool. There will be changes that are guided by spirit. So the next card that you have, Virgo, is a Chariot. So, I've already said the words change and movement I don't know how many times, but this is the ultimate card. This is a major arcana, and this represents giant movement in your love life. This can even represent travel. For some of you, you may be traveling somewhere out of town, maybe to a different city, to a different state, to a different country, or someone is coming to see you. But generally, this is movement, and this is victory. Especially looking at the reading like this, victory, movement and change, impulsive decisions, and then a lot of movement, and again, the ultimate victory card. So I feel like, listen to your intuition in the month of February. You're being guided to make the right decisions, to move away from the challenges, to move away from the heartache. But again, you may have to make kind of a risky decision. But again, Spirit pops up again in the form of the High Priestess. So this represents your intuition. This represents signs, synchronicities. So pay attention to all of that in the month of February. This means that you're being guided to the right partner, those who are single, or you're being guided to make the right decision that is actually, the best decision for you. And this could require, changes in your love life. Now, the final card is a Page of Cups. So especially for those who are single, and maybe you have been single because you were hurt in the past, the Seven of Swords, the Five of Cups. This is telling you that there could be someone out there who you might be interested in. This is a relationship, a new relationship, or rekindling an old relationship. If this is an old relationship, because I get a lot of questions about exes in private readings, I feel like for those who are kind of questioning, should I take so-and-so back, or so-and-so going to take me back? Again, two very spiritual cards. You will have a lot of signs as far as, is this person for your highest good? The signs will be there. Whether it's dreams or synchronicities, you will know. But even those who are in an existing relationship where you're questioning, are we going to stay together? This is the relationship here. And your intuition is telling you what the right answer is. Either way, this will result, something will change that will be in your favor. There will be changes, positive changes for you. Okay, so let's see what other messages come up from this deck. What additional messages are there for the sign of Virgo for February 2017? You have the Star. Virgo, February 2017. Ten of Cups. Virgo, February 2017. The Hermit. Okay, so another synchronicity, I don't know. This really feels very familiar to the reading I did for Cancer. So again, if you have a Cancer moon or rising sign, you may want to check this out. So the Star, this was a very persistent card for Cancer, and it has come up for you as well. This represents your hopes and wishes. This is a major arcana, so this is something that's very significant to you. And for everyone, it's going to be something different. This could be you hoping somebody comes back from the past. This can be that you're single and you're hoping to meet your life partner. This could be that you're hoping to heal an existing relationship. Your hopes and wishes are being emphasized, that this can happen for you in the month of February. Not only that, but you have the Ten of Cups. The Ten of Cups is that happily ever after energy. It represents the home, marriage, children, and it is a very blessed energy. So for those who are concerned about your existing relationship, your marriage, I see this being okay for you. For those who are hoping to meet a romantic partner, the energy is there. Remember that you also have the Page of Cups, but you also have the Star telling you that you can have what you want. If you're making the right decisions with the Fool, you're taking chances. The Hermit. So again, there's that energy of like you have a choice. You have to take a chance. I feel like for some of you, like you may be doing a lot of thinking, like the general reading, so it's hard to say, but for some of you, you may be kind of wondering about an offer. The Hermit is right next to the Page of Cups. So this could be a new person, those who are single, that comes into your life, and you're doing a lot of soul searching as far as, do I want to have a relationship with this person? Or maybe it's come down to, do I want to move in with them, and do I want to marry them? I feel like this is something that you should not think about too much, especially because of the energies up here. You do have the Knight of Swords, which, like I said, it represents impulsive decisions. It represents things happening, at a fast speed. But the Hermit, this is like taking your time and doing a lot of soul searching. And I feel like in the month of February, you're gonna want to be doing a lot of thinking about your love life or about your marriage. And it could be because you've been hurt in the past. But remember that the main energy from this deck has been, the Page of Wands. So this is good news. This is positive change and excitement. Okay, so let's go ahead and move on to this deck. Just put it right there. What other messages are there for the sign of Virgo for February 2017? you have the Four of Swords, Virgo, February 2017. The Ten of Wands, Virgo, February 2017. And the Tower. At the bottom of this deck, you have the High Priestess again. So again, the High Priestess represents your intuition. So I definitely feel because she is here 2 times. And not only that, you have the Hierophant, like, which again, these are the 2 most spiritual cards in the tarot. I feel like in the month of February, your intuition is heightened. I feel like there will be a lot of signs and synchronicities for those who are lost. I definitely feel like you have a lot of help from Spirit as far as making decisions. Now, you also have the Four of Swords. So again, I feel like for some of you, you may be taking some time to review a decision. And I got that same message from the Hermit. And they're kind of similar energies. This is a major arcana, and this is not. This is a minor. But they represent kind of, taking your time and kind of isolating yourself, being alone, to sometimes heal, to, think about something very carefully. And for some of you, you're contemplating doing something, changing relationships, taking somebody back. This is also a card of healing. We see the woman kind of hugging herself here. I definitely see an energy here where somebody kind of needs a break. So for some of you, you may need, there could be something that's proposed to you. Somebody could be proposing marriage or asking you to take them back. I see here that somebody is tired. This is a very kind of low energy card. It's kind of an uphill battle. And for some of you, you may need some time to process some of the changes that are happening in your love life. Again, the hand of Spirit is very clear in this reading. So I feel like there's something very karmic that is happening. And I feel like this is not just in the month of February. I feel like in the next few months, maybe even through the summer, there's something very karmic that is happening in your love life. If you're meant to meet your life partner this year, I feel like there's a lot of signs telling you who that person is or where you need to be. There's a lot of signs that you need to change your relationship, that there's a better partner. Again, there's going to be a lot of signs for you. Either way, there's a shocking change here. You have the Tower. So the Tower, again, represents shocking change, but it could also represent, a shaky foundation. The Tower could represent something collapsing that was never that strong to begin with. And if you look at the cards that I've pulled, they kind of do tell that story. The Four of Swords represents, again, that energy where you have to heal yourself. You need that time out to think about things, to recharge your batteries. The Ten of Wands, this is somebody who is exhausted, fed up, where you feel like everything's an uphill battle. And the Tower, again, that shaky, energy that collapses. So for those of you where you've been questioning leaving a relationship, I feel like that is what this reading is telling you. Again, the signs will be there. Like, I see Spirit basically all over this reading. Okay, so I'm going to move on to the angel cards now. First, we're going to start off with the romance angels. I'm going to get 3, and I'm going to put them right here, and then we will move on to the messages from your angels, and I'm going to put them here, and then move these cards out of the way. Okay, so what messages are there for the sign of Virgo for February 2017? Messages for the sign of Virgo, February 2017. Messages for the sign of Virgo, February 2017. Okay, so there's the first one. Playfulness. And it says, to recapture romance, allow your inner youthful spirit of fun to shine. So this is especially important because of what I just said right here. So I feel like for some of you, you may need some time to really recharge yourself, especially if you've been through something, that I see right here, the Seven of Swords, the Five of Cups, perhaps being lied to, a lot of pain in a relationship, maybe even an ex who's no longer in your life. What I see right here You know, maybe your relationship is strained. I feel like it doesn't necessarily have to end, but there's a need to bring in more light-hearted energy with this card. This is a card telling you to keep it light. Like if there's been a lot of arguing and bickering back and forth, again, that has to come to an end. You want to bring in more positive energy. This just means kind of recapturing, as the card says, I just plagiarized what it said on the card, but that's the message that I got, recapturing that spark that you had when you first met for those who are already coupled. For those who are single, I feel like being, you know, flirty. We'll see what else comes up for you, but flirty, keeping it light. Like don't go on your first date and start talking about your wedding and, you know, when you want to get married and have kids. I feel like you're meant to just kind of keep it light because spirit is working with you. And for everyone, it's going to be different as far as like what is changing in your love life. What other messages are there for the sign of Virgo for February 2017? Messages for the sign of Virgo, February. Okay. Heart-to-heart conversations. Honestly discuss your feelings with each other. So again, for those who are in a strained relationship, and I mean, I keep repeating myself, I see that here, I see it here. They're asking you to communicate, and you do have, I didn't mention it, but you do have 2 pages. You have the Page of Cups here, and then the main energy was the Page of Wands. The pages represent communication. So I feel like if there's something that you've been wanting to say to your partner, say it. Even if you kind of feel like they may not be receptive, and if you look at the card, you see that one person looks more receptive than the other. The guy in this card kind of looks like he's not even listening or doesn't want to be bothered. But again, we have the angels kind of here surrounding the relationship. And I did mention, you know, that you have quite a few spiritual cards. So I feel like it's time to have that conversation. I do see that somebody is doing a lot of soul searching. Somebody needs time to heal, but this message is definitely saying that it's time to bring up some issues, especially for those who are in that energy where you feel like you can't take it anymore. And even for those who are single, I feel like this is important. That maybe you need someone to talk to as far as how you're feeling about your love life. Maybe you're not feeling very optimistic. It could be that a friend has something very, you know, positive and healthy to tell you, but I feel like you need to kind of talk about whatever it is that is bothering you. One more. What additional messages are there for the sign of Virgo for February 2017? I'm going to go with this one here because we're sticking out, and we have make the effort. Great love is worth taking the steps you're guided to take. So yeah, I feel like this is especially important for those relationships, those marriages where it's just strained. And like I said, this seems like such a positive reading. Everything that I see like over here, this is all positive. The only challenging cards that you have are the Seven of Swords and the Five of Cups. I mean, we do have this energy here, but this is something that can be worked through. There has to be some change in your existing relationship. But this is telling you that keep trying. Keep trying to make it right. No relationship is perfect. You have to make the effort. And part of it is, you know, the messages we've had over here is keeping it light. I feel like this means kind of talking about your issues. Again, heart-to-heart conversation, but not in a way where you're attacking your partner or bringing in a lot of negative energy. This is just telling you that your relationship can be worked on. Even those who are single, this applies to you. You're not going to meet anybody new, and I see that. You know, I see it in the Star, in the Ten of Cups, in the Page of Cups, but you have to make the effort. You have to put yourself out there. Okay, so now I'm going to move these cards out of the way so I can pull some cards from the messages from your angels, and we'll see how many I can do. What additional messages are there for the sign of Virgo for February 2017? Virgo, February 2017. Okay, nothing really jumped there, so let me try again. Okay, that definitely jumped. And it is Aurora. And it says, you are flying high right now, which may threaten others, but don't descend because others will soon be inspired by your example. So I kind of feel like, this is more, let me read that again. You are flying high right now, which may threaten others, but don't descend. I feel like this is not about others being, I guess with the Seven of Swords, somebody could be jealous. Maybe even those who are single, that you're meeting somebody new in the month of February. Somebody, I hate to say it, but somebody may feel threatened that you have found a healthy relationship. But I feel like this is telling you that you're going to be feeling very optimistic about your love life. And the message of don't descend, that's telling you to not bring yourself down. Again, this is like pretty much everything that came out from the romance angels. I feel like there's something, again, the main message, which I have here somewhere, the Page of Wands. This is good news. This is change and excitement. So I feel like, for some of you, you may be excited because you're hearing from someone from the past and you feel like you're flying. You feel so light. You have that energy over here with playfulness. For some of you, a relationship or a marriage you thought was going to end, it seems like now there's finally hope. And this card is telling you to don't bring yourself down. Really have faith that things are going to work out for you. Okay, let's keep going. Hopefully I can pull 2 more. What additional messages are there for the sign of Virgo for February 2017? Messages for the sign of Virgo, February 2017. I feel like the next one should jump. We'll see if one does. Messages for Virgo, February. Okay, so this one's actually like the one that's turned over, but one did jump over here. Let's go ahead and just do these. I will show this one in a minute. Let's look at this card, and it is Opal. And she says, your children on earth and in heaven are happy and well cared for by God and the angels. So for some of you, this can be that some of you are worried about your children. Maybe you're worried about your children, especially for those who are, coupled and you're married, and you're worried about how a change in your relationship is going to affect your children. It doesn't matter how old they are, because I see here that, there could be some changes that kind of, shake up a family or a relationship, the foundation. So I feel like here you may be concerned about something that could affect your children, but this is a message telling you that everything will be fine. For some of you, this could also be that some of you are contemplating having a child, taking a relationship to the next level. And this was, another one of those cards that came out for the sign of Cancer that also jumped. So I feel like, I don't know, there could be Cancer that's very significant to you, or it's just maybe a message for you in the other reading, because it's very strange. And if you watch it, you'll see what I mean. Okay, so this is the last card. Let's see what it is. It's Zaina. You are protected from all types of harm. The worst is now behind you. I ask you to relax and feel safe. Whew. So what a great message. And I feel like here, like if you're concerned about a relationship, or maybe, there has to be a change, where somebody is just kind of tired and fed up. This is telling you that everything's going to be fine. This is actually going to work out in your favor. You're protected, but especially because we had the Child card, the Opal card that jumped, where you're worried about what's going to happen to your children. Again, the age does not matter. What's going to happen to your children if you make a decision to leave your partner? Or what's going to happen to you if your partner decides they need some space? Again, you're protected from all types of harm, not only you, but your children. I even feel that this applies for those who are single and you're putting yourself out there. This is telling you that you're protected from being hurt again. And the card says, the worst is now behind you. And I see that here, it came up right away. 7 of Swords, 5 of Cups. And this is surrounded by the Star, your hopes and wishes being granted, and victory. So yes, there was something kind of challenging, but this card is telling you that you're protected. For those who are single and you were hurt, maybe you were lied to, all you have to do is, trust and make the effort. Where's the card? Make the effort to believe in love again. Okay, Virgo, this has been your love reading for the month of February 2017. Hope you enjoyed it, and I will speak to you again next month.